February 8, 1941, at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the beginning of the invasion of the Philippines. And then the following day, at 8 o'clock, Pearl Harbor got bombed too. Early that morning, I was in school. It was a beautiful morning that day, and I was sitting by the window. And from time to time, a dog barking. Then about 10-15 minutes later, the sky becomes alive. I saw from the window, Japanese airplane, flying so low, or less than 200 feet above, heading towards the air base, which is only a mile and a half from where we live and from the school. A few seconds later, I can hear a machine gun and a bomb exploding. We know then that Clarkville is under attack. And my teacher immediately, she ran by the door and told us from a line, and she gave us a hug as we step out the door. And I still can remember because she's got tears in her eyes. And I immediately walked the hallway, ran to the street. And as I head toward the street, I saw my mom from a distance running towards me. And when she reached, she came up there, she grabbed my hand, and we started walking past. And along the way, I even saw a dead man already got shot by an airplane. And then again, airplane was just circling around, making a second round to hit Fort Stachenberg, which is then became Clark Air Force Base. And as we reached home, I saw my big sister, Virginia, my big brother, Romy. They got the bundle of sheets already full of our clothes, and we head up the hill, Forested Hill, which is about a mile or maybe close to 2 miles. And there we stayed for several days in there. And then that same day, the American troops also, the American soldiers, and along with my dad, Fort Stachenberg was so devastated then. They all retreated to the hills where we at. Late afternoon or late that evening, my dad, he came to see us goodbye, and he told us where to go. He told my mom, head to Victoria, Tarlac. It's a small town in a province of Tarlac. And what we did, along with my aunts, my uncles, and my cousins, we would walk at night and sleep on daytime because airplanes kept coming through at the time. And safely we made it to Victoria. I don't know how many weeks it took us to walk 30 miles, from where we are. And therefore we stayed, during the liberation. A few weeks later, my uncle came to Victoria. He told us, pack the kids, we're having a big party, down our place. So we did. He packed us in a Kalisa. Kalisa is a horse buggy. It took two Kalisas to take us to the barrio. And when we got there, to our surprise, from the room, my dad packed out. And of course, everybody was, went down and hugged him. And he told us how he managed to escape the Bataan Death March. After Corregidor and Bataan fell to the Japanese, that late afternoon, late evening, the Japanese are forming all the prisoners for the Death March. And the province began to get dust, and my dad saw an opportunity to jump on a ditch where he covered himself with a bunch of leaves. He got bit by ant, he says, but he didn't dare move. Because if he just moved, they'll find him. What the Death March is all about is, they'll march you about 60 miles away. When you fell down, they'll either shoot you or poke with a bayonet. That's how cool the Japanese are during the Death March. And my dad finally, late early in the morning, past midnight, he finally got up and started walking towards Victoria. And the first thing he did when he saw a farmer's house, he changed he stripped his uniform and asked the people if they could give him another clothes. He made it there safely. And that's what we did during the Japanese occupation. During the Japanese occupation, when the American came in 1945, again, my experience was, I was just a kid, and when the Japanese began to evacuate, because the Americans are coming then, they came to our town, but then the bridge was burned, because the men in our town burned the bridge so they cannot cross over. So they went back towards the town again. And then a day or two later, P-38 is a double twin-bodied aircraft chasing Japanese airplane all up his for them. They didn't even get chance. They got shot down. And then after that, we hear some bombs exploding. What happened was, I was on top of the coconut tree. I got a top view. And I saw explosion all over the place, you know, which about say about 2 months. And when we saw, my mom says, "Hey, Joe, get down from there." But then I don't want to miss, the excitement of the bomb exploding and all that. What they did was they bombed a train loaded with Japanese ammunition. That was really just like more than a 4th of July. And then the following day, after everything became quiet, there's few of us kids. Kids are always curious what they want to do. So we went down to the railroad track, and we saw all the kind of ammunitions, scattered all over the place. Me, being about 8 or 10 years old then, I even saw a bomb about that long. I packed them up back that way and head back. And when my dad saw me, he said, "Joe, get that thing can explode on you." What we did sometimes is, well, we have an idea, is take up the bullet that way and take up the capsule, but the size of a straw about that long. We cut it off and light it and it flies out. And that's the excitement I have during the first time. And when the American came to our place, they camped nearby our house, and our barrio. They dug foxhole along that way, and then I even befriended an American GI. Hey, that was the first experience, the great breakfast I had. He invited me for breakfast. He motioned this way. He divided, the breakfast that he has. That's the first good breakfast I had. A scrambled egg and a hash brown. A corned beef hash. And that was the best one. After the lab, as kids, we went down, check up the area where the foxholes are and all that, see what they left. They left some candies and all that. And me, I found a foxhole and I saw an M1 Garand. You guys hear that?
Right, around rifle.
Here I am, a little kid. I put that thing there, marching down with the big Garand. And when we got close to the house of my dad, I thought, "Where did you get that thing?" Down a hole out there. Give me that one, so I gave it to him, along with the ammo, one ammo clip. And then the GI is still part of the GI is still there, and he showed his ID because he's a part of the army at the time, and they gave him uniform, and he would join the army. And then later on, for several weeks, we found out where he was stationed. He was stationed in Baclaran, just outside of Manila. So we moved there, and then from there he retired, and I went to St. Pallet. That's where I grew up. Well, in 1953, my dad retired. In 1955, him and I, the first two that came in the States. And the rest, I joined the military in 1955 and served in military, traveling all over the world. My first assignment was Hawaii, but then I was only in Hawaii for 30 days. and then they stationed me at Johnston Island. Johnston Island is a small aircraft-shaped island, and I was there for 11 months. And then I was stationed in Schilling Air Force Base after a year, and from there I went to Thule, Greenland, and Thule, Greenland, back to Kansas. From Kansas, I went to March Air Force Base, Guam, from Guam to Okinawa and Yokota, Japan, and I even see England, and I was in Germany, Rheinstein, and Bitburg. I was stationed all over, practically during my career in the Air Force. I probably traveled the whole world except South America, and that's part of my story.